Okay, so we are at that green nuclear bunker in Nantwich in Cheshire. Just going to go in and have a visit. The Home Office emergency planning nuclear bunker. Let's go in.
WE177. For more than 30 years, this freefall nuclear bomb was a vital part of Britain's nuclear arsenal, providing a versatile weapon system capable of a range of deployments. By the time of its final withdrawal from service in 1998, WE177 had been in service for longer than any other British nuclear weapon. The story begins in the late 1950s, when Britain was considering the need for a multi-purpose nuclear weapon which could be deployed with the low-level attack aircraft TSR-2, then under development. The General Staff requirement for TSR-2, issued in 1957, demanded an aircraft which could deliver its main nuclear armament by a loft maneuver at low level or in a toss attack from medium level. Despite the eventual cancellation of the TSR-2 project, it was these requirements which were to determine the final design of WE177. It was a multi-role weapon capable of air burst and ground burst, deployed either ballistic or retarded. As a naval weapon, it could operate in a depth bomb role. WE177 was to have a two-stage warhead with a boosted primary. On March 1st, 1962, 1,200 feet below the Nevada desert, the primary device was successfully detonated in the first of Britain's underground nuclear tests, codenamed Pampas. Later that year, AWRE's warhead designers were able to advise the director, Sir William Penny, that such a weapon could be produced by 1966. But whilst the warhead is the heart of the weapon, the need to ensure its effective operation following laydown called upon a wider range of expertise. The task of coordinating this effort fell to Hunting Engineering Limited, which had been formed in 1957 specifically to support the UK's nuclear weapons programme. By 1960, Hunting's had been awarded a 2-year contract to design a bomb casing which could withstand the shock of impact. The weapon also required a parachute retardation system designed in conjunction with Irvine Airshoot, then independent, but which in 1989 was itself acquired by the Hunting Group. Huntings were awarded the design contract for WE177 in 1962. By acting as the interface between AWRE, RAE Farnborough and industry, the company was...
The safeguards do not function correctly. Alarms are activated in the exchange and serious faults corrected as in measures. In addition to the constant self-checking features, surveillance is made by British Telecom and the police, carrying out broadcast and receiver tests at set intervals. On handle, quarterly tests include a spoken message and code word which has to be recorded at each CCP.
British Telecom testing from Leeds.
On the air attack warning
That's what they had at police
6 monthly
station,
tests
like that,
include a
yeah.
spoken message.
That's what it said in here,
broadcast
said
from
there
each
in the
CCP.
brief.
This is the Swindon.
How far back was that then?
Making a routine
Up
test.
to early 90s, I'd say.
Early 90s, 30 years.
They start stripping them out a lot of places that I worked at until much later.
Yeah.
Mid 2000s in some places it stayed. See that equipment in the box on the wall?
Yeah.
That's the stuff that used to be on
On the
wall in
front
fire
page system,
stations.
occasional
And
live
police
tests of the
stations.
sirens
I think it says
ensure
so.
they are in working order. British Telecom has, jointly with the police authorities and the UK Warning and Monitoring Organisation, an obligation to ensure the warning systems are kept at a high degree of readiness. Obviously, close cooperation is required from all the parties involved. But the need is further heightened by the fact that carrier control areas do not coincide with either police authority or British Telecom area boundaries. British Telecom regional liaison officers coordinate area activity. And the assistant executive engineer, covering the exchange serving the CCP, is responsible for the oversight of the performance of the carrier control. However, each police authority appoints a warning officer who is responsible for the operational efficiency of all the CCPs within his jurisdiction, and additionally collates the results of all tests and advises British Telecom of all faults. The ultimate responsibility for the systems rests with British Telecom headquarters. Although it is a mammoth task to replace all existing equipment, at no time during the changeover will any part of the system be out of service for more than a single period of 5 days. At a capital cost of £20 million, paid for by the Home Office.
Yeah, that one there, that used to be a green haversack.
Yeah, because that speaker up there is an attack warning receiver, and this box here used to be fitted as well. They used to be in police stations a lot at the time as well. Or carrier control points where they then used to sound the sirens then, public warning and everything. And they meters that were in the UKWMO bunkers that measure blast over pressure.
Yeah.
Those, because they had a sensor on top. And that's your GZI, your ground zero indicator, that film there.
Yeah.
It'll tell you whether it were air burst or ground burst. It'll tell you your azimuth of the explosion.
Yeah.
And that were in a big dome on top of, you see that white canister that's to the right of it?
Yeah.
That used to go over the top of that so that it would protect it. There was a pinhole in it, in that white dome, all the way around. You'll see it holes all the way around it. And it a caster, it was photographic paper. Very interesting. Some more stuff over here. That's it, look, that little speaker as well at the side,
I
top
can
left.
see it, yeah.
That used to be part of it as well, both of those carrier control points. There were loads of those in police stations. I took loads of them off at wall, the box that controlled the sirens. Fire stations had them as well, but they use the siren.
See that battery testing meter for the aircraft, I've got one of them. In fact, I've got two of them.
That one that's on top of this
That little
radio.
square box which says WW2, I've got two of them. You testing batteries.
Battery test meter there. Imagine wearing one of them masks with that canister.
Yeah, I've got one of them,
rubber tube.
probably. I've got one of those somewhere. I've got one of those breast bikes. Can you see the breast bike thing?
Oh yeah.
Got one of them.
Aye, because it used to wear that on your chest, didn't you?
Yeah, that's it, on the
And
chest.
the microphone would point
Yeah.
into your face. What's that then there? Is that a radio or that
What,
thing?
that down there? I've got no idea.
Oh, like telephone type things out there.
It says
Really old
transmitter,
stuff,
doesn't
that.
it? It's on that. I
Like
don't know
from
what that is.
Second World War,
I
isn't it?
don't know what that is. It's all Second World War, isn't
Very good. It's a shame light isn't bright. We might see another version. This is the atomic weapons estimation, detection, recognition, estimation of yield. The wordy. And that's that cone thing that's on the roof outside.
Yeah.
It's a shame lighting in here isn't as bright because we'll be able to make that out better on film, but
Switch it on the pump.
saving money on electric bill. So what? Alright. Yeah, that's the atomic weapons estimation box. It'll tell you your yield of a weapon in kilotons or megatons.
I've got those torches, little lighting torches.
That's for mapping out explosions and radioactive fallout paths. Very good. Quite pleased I've seen that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's more like what it is. So basically,
Protect and survive.
these are survived Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's where all our data about
Tells you how to make your home and your family as safe as possible from nuclear attack. Always remember that.
that's the only data they have, basically.
Take your doors off in your house and pile them up against the wall. Put a few mattresses on top and you'll be as right as rain then from any Soviet bomb.
Radiation, although which radiation is safe. But actually, the problem is because of apoptosis and stuff like that, because we've evolved on a planet with radiation, and there's radiation everywhere. Exactly, that's right. So there is apoptosis. So if you
For 3 decades, defence research establishments, industry and the Royal Air Force have all played their part in keeping the deterrent in service. But by the 1990s, the world order was changing. With the end of the Cold War, governments across the world were reviewing their strategic defences. It was in this context that the naval variant of WE177 was taken out of service in 1992. And in April 1995, the British government announced that WE177 was to be totally withdrawn. A few short weeks after its election, the Labour government announced that the withdrawal date was being brought forward as an indication of its commitment to reducing the world's nuclear stockpile. On the 31st of March 1998, the last WE177 was withdrawn from RAF Marl. For the first time in 45 years, the RAF had no nuclear capability. Burfield's assembly facilities were already busy with dismantling the warheads, and on 21st of August 1998...
This here is a thermonuclear hydrogen bomb. I think it was about 2 megatons in yield.
The program, which had its origins in a general staff...
This is a WE177.
...was literally in the hands, as the high explosive...
RAF V bomber, gravity bomb. You know the V bombers, the Vulcan bombers?
Yeah.
Well, that's it there. I think it had a dial yield or something. Could flatten the city. City the size of Leeds or Manchester could be destroyed by
What's
that.
in there?
Yeah. Absolutely. That'd have been dropped on Moscow or cities like it, and it'd have just been, that'd have been it, goodbye. Some kind of microwave guidance thing for a missile, the look of it, or aircraft or something.
The task of coordinating this effort fell to Hunting Engineering Limited.
What was that? You used to have a 1475
That one there, yeah.
radio.
Yeah.
That was just HF only, was it?
2 to 14 megs.
214 megahertz?
2 to 14.
Oh, 2 to 14.
That's 109. That went up to 12 megs. That's that one that we saw over there.
And what else did you have then?
That one there, 109, which we saw in the other thing. I had one of those, R209. That's not 107, that's a bigger set, that. TRA 967.
TRI
which is a 4 metres.
70 megs.
Yeah.
Well, that might have had some of that Pi Pegasus stuff. Is that
They
we
might
used?
have that around here later.
A bit further round, mightn't it? Old sets.
All played their part in keeping the deterrent in service.
Ah, Ray Call, look. Some more Ray Call stuff.
The world order was changing. With the end of the Cold War, governments across the world were reviewing their strategic defences. It was in this context that the naval variant of WE177 was taken out of service in 1992. And in April 1995, the British government announced that WE177 was to be totally withdrawn.
Radar. Tubes.
A few short weeks after its election, the Labour government announced that the withdrawal date was being brought
Oh, they've got some valves
and
in
the
there.
issue of its commitment to using the world's nuclear stockpile.
It's got a nice magnetron on it. With a feed arm into dish.
What's that?
I see it.
Yeah.
Nice magnetron down there.
Oh, yeah.
For the first time in 45 years, the RAF had no nuclear capability.
Oh, valves. Them were the days.
The Worldfield's assembly facilities were already busy with dismantling the warheads, and on 21st of August,
Well, radar display,
the
look.
painstaking breakdown of the very last one was completed.
It's a bit dark in here. Loads of lights. Can't really see much. I've got one of them dishes, that black thing there.
Is it?
Aye. Proper electronics. Queen and Edward.
That's what they call it, that, isn't it?
The General Staff requirement for TSR-2, issued in 1957, demanded an aircraft which would deliver its main nuclear
Old Andel there, eh, siren?
low level or in a toss attack from medium level. Despite the eventual cancellation of the TSR-2 project, it was these requirements which were to determine the
Trident.
design of WE177.
Submarine launched ballistic missile. Nuclear warhead. Multiple warhead submarine launched intercontinental strategic weapon. Trident SLBM.
Balistic or retarded.
So that's the nose cone.
As a naval
Is it opened up? The look of it or something like that. The top part's opened out, splayed out like a butterfly.
Was to have a two-stage warhead with a boosted primary. On March the 1st, 1962, 1,200 feet below the Nevada desert, the primary device was successfully detonated in the first of Britain's underground nuclear tests, codenamed Polaris. Later that year, AWRE's warhead designers were able to advise the director, Sir William Penny, that such a weapon could be produced by 1960.
VLF transmitter.
Kenwood.
Is it Kenwood?
Let's go. I don't think that's the original, is it?
What was an high command radio stuck in the middle of it? Looks like there's some big valves in bottom there, Clive. Just down at bottom there.
That's in it. Mind you, VLF, it does take a lot of power, doesn't it?
It's like ATU bit on the amplifier A and amplifier B.
16 to 22 kilohertz.
It's a big induction coil for an antenna.
Yeah. They used to use motors to do it as well, didn't they?
Emergency communication that I used to deal with that ECM. So
We got
that's
down
everything
here.
over down now, why not? Yeah. Going down now.
I think we're going the wrong way because we've got signs of the thing, so...
Did you know the reason why they painted these places yellow? It's to prevent suicide. That's why they were all painted yellow.
Why is that?
The staircases. It was to prevent you from. Apparently, it's a neutral colour or something that invokes feelings of pleasure or something. Yellow, so you don't decide to jump off a banister. That's what I got told anyway. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. After an event, when you're feeling a bit down, you know, and it's so you don't top yourself. Apparently you feel better when you see yellow. I don't believe it myself, but that's what I was told. So blast over pressure meter there, teletalk and all that there, radiation dosimeters, got those. Oh, that's your teletalk, that yellow thing with British Telecom, and that's your attack warning shenanigans on wall. But yeah, that little yellow thing there were a teletalk unit made by BT. Interesting. And the air filter, unwound air filter as well. That's that. Yeah. Cartridge in it. Very good.
Есть человек, у него может быть какие-то отклонения сознания, какие-то могут быть усталость, депрессия в данный момент. И поведение людей зачастую бывает непредсказуемым. И он думает, как он придет завтра, и ему ничего дать.
Pie pocket phone. I used to get those in at key packs.
What's that?
Those pie pocket phones, there, pie.
I know them. Transmitters.
Shame it's so dark, isn't it? I'd be able to see more detail of those. different clocks for different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And then Fylingdales, Beamuse, Arif Leeming, all the other ones. Staxon Wald, I used to know a guy that worked there. And yeah, Coningsby, and then They used to have that microwave system as well. I forgot what it was called now. It used to bounce off at Earth's atmosphere and down again.
Yeah.
Chain link or something, chain home or something like that. I remember that. I've been to a couple of dishes over in Lincolnshire. That weren't it was, yeah, it were in Cold War. It were in the 50s, that, yeah. Yeah, it were after the Second World War, but there were microwave link. It were basically another way of keeping comms. Yeah, amazing. What's this one? Yeah, it's a tight room as well. Emergency communications network, Tempest, filters. Emergency communications network.
Oh, you said 4. No, one of the
This is a routine British Telecom emergency communications network test message for Regional Government Headquarters, Station 10-2. Test message begins. Alpha, Quebec, Kilo 2, standby. Foxtrot, Delta, Bravo 8, active. Zulu, Mike, Echo 5, disabled. Test message ends. Retransmit test message Fox on SX 2000 lines 1 to 8 and data on Emergency Communications Network 2, County Main lines 5 to 9. End of test message communication.
Like an old scanner, that.
This is a routine British Telecom emergency communications network test message for Regional Government Headquarters, Station 10-2. Test message begins. Alpha, Quebec, Kilo 2, standby. Foxtrot, Delta, Bravo 8, active. Zulu, Mike, Echo 5, disabled. Test message ends. Retransmit test message Fox on SX 2000 lines 1 to 8 and data on Emergency Communications.
Now then, they've got 2 test sets down here that like Marconi 2955s, but they're not. Those on that trolley straight in front of you.
Yeah.
Down there, they're in the same style as the 2955, but the data communication testers. Serial data and parallel data. That's what they are then.
But does it mean to say that the screens are the same monitors running?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So if your monitor goes, you can put one of them in?
Yeah. No, I don't see them come up now. It used to be available a lot of time on MOD surplus, but I've had a few over years and we've been able to get rid of them once I've bought them.
Zulu, Mike, Echo 5, disabled. test message ends.
Not line cards.
Retransmit test message box on FX 2000 lines 1 to 8 and data on emergency communications network 2, county main lines 5 to 9. End of test message communication.
Very good.
This is a routine British Telecom emergency communications network test message.
Certainly a lot of gear.
Regional Government Headquarters, Station 10-2. Test message.
Ah, the old stuff that we just used to push the cables in. Reliable, didn't need any electronics. They had one of these in Caution, you know, the underground bunker at Caution. And that worked regional seat of government up till about 1980 or something like that, and they had all this in Caution. But with it being a limestone, a quarry, all water's come in and it's rusted everything and cleared it all out. It's now declassified bunker, but it were a bit of a daft place to put it, the salt water that were coming in from ground rock. That's where all quarrying for all stone that built Bath, the city of Bath, came from Caution quarries. And they still have some defence related stuff down there, but it's at Caution, there's loads of these old mines, old quarries underground that the MOD have walled off underneath because they still use some parts of it.
The unprovoked attack on our submarine and the move into Iran are the actions of a reckless and warlike power.
Sounds like they're playing Threads.
You know, taking us to the brink of an armed confrontation with incalculable consequences for all men.
Which serious damage was caused to the Soviet cruiser Tyrol, when she was in collision with the US destroyer Callahan.
Off the coast of Iran, when she sank last Tuesday with the loss of all hands. After paying tribute to her 127 officers and men, the President went on to say that he held the Soviet Union solely responsible for her death and for the vessel's disappearance. The unprovoked attack on our submarine and the move warned the Soviets in the clearest possible terms that they risked taking us to the brink of an armed confrontation with incalculable consequences for all men.
Survival homeless.
No, it disintegrate them. There's no bit where it shows the blast. I think it's not underneath. Get some clean water. Yeah, but and then one's facing the one's at the back. No, it's true.
Are inside passages away from outside walls and
Away from outside walls. I mean, literally my bedroom,
If
because
the
I'm
bomb
taking
is
the bus
ground
off the bed,
floor or less,
like more
the best place for a
there's just
fallout
lots of
is the basement.
want to keep the room.
or make some suitable arrangements to shelter someone close by. If you live in a one-story house, like a bungalow or brick flat, the building itself will not need a much protection. So the best thing is to make arrangements now to shelter someone close by. If this is not possible, stop for a space in your home, which is farthest from the wall and the outside walls. Later, we shall tell you how to strengthen and improve. We have told you how to choose a fauna room in your home. The best place is farthest away from the roof and outside walls. Your fauna room will protect you, but you will make it even safer by strengthening a small part of it. This part will be your inner refuge during the worst of the attack. Making a refuge is not difficult. The main things you will need are shovel, boxes, cartons or large plastic bags, earth or sand. Start collecting them now. These things may also come in handy. Hammer, saw, screwdriver, nails, screws, string or thin rope, scissors or penknife. One idea is to make a lean-to of wood, resting against the outside wall. Strong boards or doors taken from their hinges if quite good. Stop them slipping down the wall by fixing them to the wall with a strip of wood like this. Then cover the wood with bags or boxes filled with some heavy material, like sand, earth, books, or rolled up clothes. Don't forget to fix the bags and boxes so that they don't slip off. Across the two open ends of your refuge, you should make thick walls of bags and boxes of earth or sand, or heavy furniture, packed tightly with heavy material. Don't forget to leave an easy way into and out of your refuge. Next, a cover under the stairs. That is a rather good place for a refuge. Put boxes of earth or sand on the stairs and along the walls of the cupboard, like this. If the stairs are on an outside wall, make the wall thicker with bags of earth or sand. Stack the bags up to a height of about 6 feet. Here is another idea. Use tables, if they are strong and large enough for you and your family to shelter beneath. Make solid sides around the tables out of heavy furniture, boxes filled with sand, earth, or books. If you can, place strong boards or doors across the top and cover them with bags of heavy material. This will make a good roof over your refuge. If you live in a caravan or other building of lightweight construction, which provides you with very little protection against fallout, your local authority will be able to advise you on what to do. Whatever type of refuge you have, the main thing to remember is that the more heavy material you have around you, like earth or sand, the more chance there is of saving your life.
So this is all encrypted. So tell me a bit about this then.
What?
There's your X-ray call.
I think they're the transceivers adding
What, in those brown boxes on the right?
Yeah, they're what they call. Yeah, these are what they call it, speech privacy units.
Right.
They, I think they're transceivers. Receive transceivers. They're called. I forgot what they call them now.
All right.
Inputs control.
Message status control, Cipher.
Yeah.
Is enough used to code and decode messages. Cipher coded radio messages. Most secret and confidential nature would have been received and transmitted from here. So they're encryption units on the left then that are stacked up, those black things.
Yeah, they're the encryption units, and that's
Right.
I think that's a transceiver. I'm trying to think the name they call it now.
See.
Okay.
Must have been 1980s, 70s
Oh
era.
yeah, it'd been 70s, 80s this stuff. They're what they used to call bids.
What's this big box here then, in the middle, this black thing?
Got no
The
idea.
telephone handset.
It's some form of control unit. Oh, that could be a modem. That could see that. That looks like you put you put the telephone into it.
Ah,
You
yeah.
can see it connects as an looks like an auto-connected modem. And here is the shredded
messages.
Messages or something.
And then there's got a big lock there, look, a safe to keep all these communication cipher codes secret.
But you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sets, 4 lines.
Got a full set of manuals anyway.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was thinking. So
It's bedtime reading.
I just took a picture of the manuals here.
Recall.
Oh, I'm trying to think what they call that thing.
Recall. Very interesting. Cipher. This is the plant and air filtration, I think. All the air filters and charcoal things.
Control, yeah, looking after the building.
Plant room. Right, all to switch gear. Must have consumed a fair bit of power. I haven't seen their own transformer in here yet, but I bet they do have one. I said I haven't seen their own transformer in here, but I bet they do have one somewhere. Buried deep in here. Alt filters. You get this a lot in bunkers where you get airflow in and airflow out through all these charcoal filters for CBRN stuff. Very good. Right, where to next?
Up here. That's all different.
Does it not go round? This is the plant and air filtration, I think. All the air filters and charcoal things.
Control, yeah, looking after the building.
Plant room. Right, all to switch gear. Must have consumed a fair bit of power. I haven't seen their own transformer in here yet, but I bet they do have one. I said I haven't seen their own transformer in here, but I bet they do have one somewhere. Buried deep in here. Alt filters. You get this a lot in bunkers where you get airflow in and airflow out through all these charcoal filters for CBRN stuff. Very good. Right, where to next?
Up here. That's all different.
Does it not go round? Right. had a radio that were Polish, didn't you?
Yeah, the
From
RF10.
Soviet times.
Yeah, the RF10. I was just looking in here for one. That's the nearest to one there.
Yeah.
That's it. The RF10's not here though.
So this is a military radio room then.
There's your Pegasus.
Ah, we used to get those at Kippax. 5 Pegasus, and they had that encoder unit. You see that box that the handset's on?
Yeah.
Ah, we used to get those in for repair. They were crystal, you know, they were good sets.
Yeah, Pegasus were crystal.
Yeah, they were good sets for the Pi Pegasus down there. Pi Pegasus, yeah, and then the encoder unit was that there. Encoding messages. They could send status messages and they were really weird because they were quite advanced, and yet they had crystals in the radio, which I thought were weird. What are those radios then up there? All these? Do you recognise those?
No, I think that's the D. What they call the D10.
The one up left.
Yeah, that's the ATU for it.
Ah, down up floor.
Ernie Bailey had one of those, selling one of those at the last radio rally at the Metrodome.
All right.
So that's the D10 ATU.
Ernie had one.
What?
Were it Ernie?
Ernie Bailey was selling one, yeah.
No, I never. I mean, he must have needed about 10 blokes to lift it. But that's not light. I bet it weighs about 3/4 of a ton. No metal work on that. I'll drop that on your foot, you'll know about it. Another manual switching centre, MSS. Or MSC or whatever they called it. EMSS or something, I think it was called. Emergency Manual Switching Centre. Yeah, we used to get a lot of those in for repair. But they lasted a long time as well, those. Mould, that were it. Ministry of Defence mould.
Yeah, mould, that's it.
And they had repeaters as well. They had what's called rebro vehicles.
That's it, yeah, that's it.
On VHF low band, I remember them. They were installed in most civil defence bunkers then. And yeah, they were very good. Crystal radios. Can you tell what's been sent? Because you know more better than I do.
Very slowly. I can get bits on it.
I think that Icon 756 Pro 3 that I've got has got a Morse code decoder in it, which I find I'm going to play about with that. Very good. What does it say there about it then? Military communications, turn from the bunker under separate military control. See the radio transmitters and receivers on the back wall to operator positions and radio clerk's position. There we go. Some time to learn Morse code, perhaps never go at it myself. Da di di da da di 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 da di.
All departments stand by to execute all nuclear impact protocols now.
Those Radiac, you know, the Awardy thing. I found out what the sensor looks like on the roof. That's it there, look.
Oh right, that
were it. That's it. So then you've got your sensors on the roof.
Yeah.
Connected to that.
That thing you showed me, yeah.
Yeah. Quite interesting. It'd be nice if we brought it all back, this sort of civil defence thing, because I'd certainly join up again. I'll tell you that.
You might be too old then.
Bloody hope not. The Naffy. I bet that was a favourite place to be. In the Naffy.
Nothing, can't see.
Did we go in there?
What? We walked through there when we come in.
Did we go down there?
What?
This bottom end of
we went
corridor?
down, yeah.
It's like we've only got to one half at building really.
Hang
but right, haven't
on, no, we went so far, then we went downstairs, didn't we?
That's it, because I remember going past the air raid siren.
Yeah.
There's laid up floor there. Yeah, because it's a bit deceiving from outside. It looks wider than it actually is. An RPB. The old communication antenna. Got a nice big Andrew microwave dish on top as well.